Evening peeps, evening, welcome back to the channel. We've got the DSCs Premier League back for you guys tonight. So round 2 live from Daytona. We've got the it's the road course, it's not the full oval, so we've got a bit of an infield. Can be tricky circuit, can carry a lot of speed around here. So I'll see how these little radicals get on. I believe we've got a change of tyre this week. So last week we were all racing on the sports softs. This week we're racing on sports mediums, you rotters. And then next week we go on to the hards. So there could be more and more spinning round as the championship progresses. Again, after week 3 we jump back to the softs and then mediums and then hards again for the finals. So points wise, let's have a look. I can't use the video unfortunately, Aldo, because it stops, and when it stops it leaves half the screen, their names. So leading the way is Luton Town FC on 48 points. We've got Wolves FC in second with 45 points. Celtic FC in third with 32 points. I feel like match of the day right now, apart from I'm not reading out match scores. Who's that in fourth? Standard Liège? Is that right? As that's the SL I couldn't get last week. 26 points, whatever your name is. Rangers FC in 5th with 25 points. We've got 24 points for Newcastle United in 6th. Charlton FC in 7th with 23 points. We've got West Ham United in 8th with 22 points. Wrexham FC in 9th with 18 points. We've got Fulham FC in 10th with 15 points. Man United in 11th. Well, you wouldn't expect them to be down there, would you? In 13 with 13 points, right alongside the VAR car. Yeah, that's right. 13 points on board for the VAR. Nottingham Forest is in 13th with 12 points. No points on the board for Newcastle and no points on the board for Middlesbrough. So that's points after round 1 last week. Round 2 tonight, as I say. So merch still available, people. T-shirts and stickers, hit me up at darksmoker@googlemail.com. If you want any of those, let me know. DSC Broadcasting evening. How you doing? Hope you're doing all right. Should be some good racing here at Daytona. So yeah, hit me up if you want any of that merch. Right, let's get into this lobby. Let me turn the sound on as well. Let me know it's coming through okay, and if not, I'll make some jiggling. Right, let's have a look who we got in. Treviso, I think we've just had a bit of a lurker in here. Malk 1961, Magic 1961, an imposter. He's in a Clio, that's not good. So Treviso's in the house. We've got Chalky, Pajonski, RCMBE2, Tatey, Sven Janio, the Ram Incisor. Nope, that's all swapping around. We've got Dazzler, Pops, and Dominator in the room. Have I missed anyone? Now they've all swapped around. RCMB2, Pajonski, Chalky, Treviso. Yeah, I think I've covered everyone. So let's find out where we are on circuit and we'll see if we can get a lap in. Wrong place. Here we go. This is where we want. Let's see if we can do a lap with Dazzler. So it is the Daytona Oval usually, but just here we get a big left foot of the brake. This infield section then, a little bit of a tricky set of S's, again going to be difficult early on when they're coming through there in a bunch into a hairpin. Then quite tight on this infield circuit, obviously opens up when it's onto that oval. A little bit of a straight then, a little kink halfway down here towards another hairpin. Hopefully Nottingham Forest can show us the way. Unfortunately it doesn't show me their actual team names as such, apart from on the car. So I'll probably be reading them out as DMK Dazzler, etc., etc. So through that second hairpin, then back out onto this oval part of the circuit. Again, can be tricky here. Easy to get that power on a little bit early. Get the rear end of these things lit up and backwards. Then onto this banked oval circuit then. Try to carry as much speed around here as possible. A little look at the livery while we're at it. Kick it out. Notts Forest. So onto the straight part of this circuit then, about to slam the brakes on though, a little bit of a bus stop coming up. A lot of curb to be taken through there, again easy to get it wrong through here. Easy to catch a penalty on the way out as well, I think. I'm not sure what penalty settings are. You can pick yourself a great big pile of penalty running through there if you're not careful. Back out to this oval then, through the other end of the circuit on this banked corner. Go full speed past the pits, yeah, no need to stop. We're sitting at 146 then, 147. To the brakes, back into this infield part of the track. Wanderers for Treviso. Dazzler we've just been on board with the Notts Forest. RC MBE2. Are you on the SL? Is that you? It is, isn't it? Standard Liège or whatever that is. Some bobble on the camera today. Sven, what team have you got? Anybody? Oh, Nottingham Forest, there he goes on the front. Sorry, Nottingham Forest, Newcastle United. I'm going to get beaten up in the chat now for that. Look, I don't do football, alright? Don't lay all my hopes on 11 men at a weekend making me happy or not. Johnsky, we missed him. He scooped through here. What's he rolling in? Is that Tottenham Hotspur? That is. Can't see, his lights are too bright. RC, come on, let me get through the order. Stop moving around in the field. Thank you very much. Janio FC Fulham, is it? Oh. Himself off track, lights those rears up exactly as I was talking about. Ram Incisor. No team. See if he ends up putting a livery on before the start of this race. Chalky, Charlton Athletic. Is that Charlton Athletic? Yes it is. There it is, smashed on the side, look, flipping it. Use your eye, smoker. TT's in West Ham. See, I'm not doing bad. I'm getting it. We won't see these until they come out of the pits. Waiting on Luton Town. Oh. God, oh, Luton. 8:15 arrival, pitch inspection. I like it, playing the game. Old Hatter Lad lights is likes his Luton Town. For you, Treviso. Have a look at Pajomski then, just on the tail of Ramage Newcastle United under 23s. Oh, okay. You've got two Newcastle Uniteds then, have you? Actually Newcastle United, it was you, wasn't it, Sven, I think. Let me get a good look at your livery. Yeah, there you go. And then what? Ram Incisors under 23s. Could he not have just put U23 on his car? No. nothing. Come on, Luton. Tricky will stop again. At full race pace, when there's other drivers around, that's going to be a tricky corner. People are already taking out the cones on the way through there. Pajonski having a little look at where is Pajonski? He's got to find him. He's on the back of Ramin Sizer. A couple of miles an hour using the toe down here. Exit just coming out. Oh, Ramin Sizer decides to do a little bit of off-roading. To the side of the pitch, maybe going for a throw-in. So still waiting on Luton then. Motorway backed up or something? What's going on? Flights delayed due to fire in car park, maybe. Too controversial. Is he a definite? Is he, or is he just giving him a few minutes and then he's forfeiting his game? Not super quick in terms of you know, overall top speed, these radicals, but compared to some of the bigger GR3 cars or the F1s or the GT2s. But when you're in them, when you're behind the wheel, and actually, oh, someone's kicking up sparks in the background. When you're behind the wheel, they're a flipping handful. Great bit of fun. Again, you know, some of the big cars, they're great to race in. It's full tilt, bumper to bumper, door to door, but some of these smaller little series like the Minis that I cover sometimes, and the Mazdas that I'm doing at the minute with the P1 boys, also the DTMs on Wednesday. DTMs, I mean, it's chaotic. Everybody's getting a little bit sideways in those things. Yeah, some of the smaller cars are a lot more fun to drive in terms of racing. Might not be as quick, but yeah, just as fun. Definitely the Minis, especially fun those boys seem to have in those. It's great. And the newer Minis, especially the Chewit Racing Mini League that I used to cover, hopefully coming back soon. Maybe combined with the DSC Minis. We'll see. The Mr. Bean Mini League. So old school and new school minis. We'll see. Yeah, it's I've suggested it in the chat. A few people have. We'll see. Minis. Still no Luton. Joycey. What were you? Team were you? Middlesbrough, okay. There you go. A bit wobbly there for Joycey. Again, on those sports mediums, so not as much grip as the racing tyres for starters, plus they're on the medium compound, which are a little bit harder. wobbly lobbies, PlayStation. Come on, you're taking the mick now. Here's pit exit then, just on board with Chalky. 49 miles an hour down here, quite long. Crossing that white line again. I don't know what the penalties are saying. Sven's managed to pick himself up one. Who is that? Target acquired. Get him, Chalky. Hatter lad, here he is. Luton's in the house. Get him, Chalky. Chase him down. Send him. We don't want to see that stuff in the race, but you know, enjoy this little practice session. Whoa, you can send yourself off circuit anytime you like. Where is he? Where is he? He's not in. He's not in yet. He's not in. Sven's finding penalties. Where are you picking those up? Through this bus stop? Testing the limits through this bus stop. See how much you can sneak off these corners without getting caught. Let's get away with that one. Yes, it does. That was all four wheels off the track, but he's got away with it. There you go, penalties on then. Up to these two yellow marks, one of the fastest parts on the circuit. Whoa, a big foot of brake gets added automatically. Nothing you can do about it. Penalty gets lost. Try and get yourself back up to full speed. Again, dirty, I think, of PlayStation to stick that. It's always on one of the fastest parts of the circuit. Oh, that's not the way around that corner, Sven. Come on, Hatter, you're the only person we haven't seen the livery of yet, and you're still faffing. Why are you faffing? Got a right bit of, what's that called? Porpoising? Porpoising going on down the track. Gets up to speed around those long banked corners. Yeah. I'm sure that's fun when you're next to somebody. Was in, I'm sure he came in. He said he came in. I'm not going crazy. That happened a long time ago. Whoa, that's taking liberties. That is Treviso. Yeah, I should bloody hope so as well. Second. Sven's found another pile of tyres to ram his car into. That's just round the corner from where he rammed him into last time. He's going to find another set now. A few drivers finding that penalty, I think, on the bus stop. Where's VAR tonight? I can't see VAR. No VAR. It's usually smashed across the rear end. VAR. It's purple or blue, I think, weren't you? VAR, where are you? Are you not in? Do we have a Hatter? Yeah, there he is. So, everybody gets themselves out on track then. Now, hopefully, now we've got everybody in the lobby. We can crack on. So, a little 10-minute qualifier and then 2 15-minute races. Again, Hatter just holding us up a little bit. Bloody Luton Town. You're getting it tonight, Hatter. It's your fault. No reason. Just made us all late. So again, everybody out on the... Let me change this camera up. Everybody out on the sports mediums. They have to for this race. Again, 10-minute qualifier and 2 15-minute races. The second race is a full reverse grid as well. So a bit more battling for the faster drivers to try and make it through. Again, 15 minutes, not that much time, but it can be done. Dominator leading us round on outlaps then. Oh, leading himself into the wall. He didn't want to take the liberties through that bus stop like Treviso did just at the end of qualifying. Sven far behind him. Everybody out on circuit now. Does everybody pick up that porpoising? Is it just certain drivers? Into this bus stop then. Again, only our laps at the minute. You still don't want to be picking up penalties. You'll be losing those on that long straight. So Dominator then leads us round this banked curve. Sven's going to peel his way past. But then will Dominator be able to benefit off that down the straight? Slingshot his way past and actually gain a little bit of an advantage. His first hot lap. Here we go then, towards the line to start this qualifying session. Unfortunately, he was carrying more speed. I believe he did a little bit of a love tap on the rear end of Sven, sent him a tiny bit wide. He's now off circuit, just allows Treviso to come through. Hopefully they can get back up to speed now. So yeah, that was the only downfall of using that slipstream. Maybe catching you out coming into that turn one. Everybody safe. Sven back on circuit as well. Already 2.5 minutes into qualifying. No hot laps set. It's a 3.5 mile circuit, I think, with this infield section. Just staying out of the way as well. Letting RCMB2 come through, is he? Yes, he is. Gives him a little love tap on the way out as well. Help RCMB2 up the road. Why did it jump back? I went down. It was meant to go. There you go. Now it's missing out Dominator for some reason. He's in fourth, but it says he's second. There you go. Random. Little change when they cross the line. Janio then a little way back, so we're going to start to see these times come in once they go around this banked corner. So it is actually Treviso leading this train round at the minute. He'll be the first one to put a time in. Who's your money on, people? Who's your money on for pole? Towards the line then, let's see what these lap times are saying. 47 on the out lap, he's got a 2:02 on the first of the hot laps. That's not good enough for pole, actually getting pushed right down the order at the minute, Treviso. So just wait for everyone to cross the line and then we won't wait for that last driver to cross the line. So it is Pajonsky on pole currently. He's got himself a 2:01.5. 0.3 of a second, pretty much quicker than Janio. He's got himself second at 2:01.795. Hatter is in third, 2:01.9 as well. Chalky in fourth, 2:02.0. RCMBE2 in fifth, he's got a 2:02.0 as well, just behind Chalky. Treviso then sixth, 2:02.594. Dazzler is in seventh, he's got a 2:02.6. Tatey in eighth, 2:03.3. The Ramstein, 2:03.9 on board for him in ninth. Sven in 10th, 2:05.6. Dominator in 11th with a 2:06.5. Joycey 12th with a 2:09.0. And number one Pops following him around at the minute, 2:14.5 for him. Wrexham smashed down the side of his chameleon coloured car. So 6 minutes into qualifying already, into this bus stop. There you go. Pajonski maybe getting a penalty. I think he's got away with that one as well. Currently on pole though at the minute. Almost 0.3 of a second ahead of Janio. Can he go any quicker now, Pajonski? No, he can't. Treviso actually finds a little bit more time there, 2:01.7, so he throws himself back into second position on the grid. Janio in third. All over the back of Chalky, who gets a wobble on through there. Oof, lucky he didn't take out the rear end of Janio coming out of that spin. RCMBE2 in fourth and 2:01.9 for him. A bit down on that sector. Hattelad in fifth. Chalky in sixth. We've just seen him going backwards through turn one. Sven seventh. He's found a little bit more time as well. 2:02.1 on the board for him. Dazzler penalty to lose. 2:02.6 in eighth. There is Chalky. Back on track. I was looking at Tatey actually, sorry. Ninth for Tatey. Still on that 2:03.3 from lap 2. Dominic's gone a little bit quicker as well. 2:03.5 for him. Rabin Sizer loses a bit of time on that third lap. 2:03.9 still for him. Joycey still 12th. Number one Pops just overtakes him, so I wonder if he moves up the field. 2:09.1 on board for number one Pops at the minute. Changes colours as you look at it. Number one Pops. Let's see what he's got when he comes up to the line. Oh, he's miles away, sorry, wrong side of the circuit I was looking. We'll wait though. There is Dominator just losing his penalty, but Pajonski still holding that pole, but not by much. Treviso's found another little bit of time here, 2:01.5, so drops himself below a tenth of a second between him and Pajonski for that pole position. Janio's not been able to find any more time either. Nor has RCMBE2. So still fifth as well. Where is the Pajonska? We just catch Sven going sideways. RCMBE2 just managing to get around the outside of him. Pajonski only just starting his lap really. Can Treviso find a little bit more time? So 9 minutes into this qualifying session, a minute remaining, which is going to mean everybody behind Treviso, this is going to be their final lap. What is going to happen to positions? Oof, Treviso up purple sector for him through sector 2. I didn't see what sector 1 said. Sector 3 says coming up now. Shouldn't have lost any time through there really. There you go. He's a tenth up on Pajonski's time currently. Can he drop himself into pole through this bus stop then? He's needs to get this right. Again, tricky corner, easy to pick up that penalty. It's pretty calm and collected through there. Still up as he exits that. He's just got this big sweeping corner to go. Shouldn't lose any time through here. Might be able to stick a pole sitting lap. He'll have to wait for Bajonski to cross the line though to confirm it. Hugging that inside line through these very tight corners. Up towards the line then. Oh. Wasn't quicker. What? How? How did you not make up time through there, Treviso? How did you not? How? I don't get, but Janio's come through, gone, yeah? You're not doing it, Treviso. I'm going to have some of that. 0.2 seconds quicker than Bajonski's. Throws himself on pole position then for race 1. So Janio, pretty much everyone. The drivers left. Janio on pole then, Bajonski second, Treviso third, RC MBE 2 in fourth, DDR Hatalad in fifth, Sven sixth. Again, just waiting for one or two other drivers. Pops crosses the line, he doesn't move up in front of us at the minute. One more, and that is it. So Sven in sixth, then Chalky in seventh, Dazzler in eighth, Tatey ninth, Dominator 10th, Ram Incisor in 11th, number 1 Pops in 12th, and Joycey 13th. That is grid order for race 1. Janio, the sneaky boy, 2:01.2 then for him. Again, just 0.2 quicker on that final lap. So no fuel or fuel wear, fuel depletion or tyre wear, so that doesn't make any difference in terms of lap times. It's all about driving skill and picking those right lines. Janio just managed to find it on that final lap there. Sneaky boy. I think Bajonski, when he saw Treviso cross the line and not take that pole, he thought, got this in the bag, got it. Janio said, nope, nope, nope. Hatalad, late but still involved, 5th place. Orange and blue. Official results on screen then. Janio on that pole, Bajonski second, Treviso third, RC MBE 2 in fourth, Hatta in fifth, Sven sixth, Chalky seventh, Dazzler in eighth, we've got Tatey in ninth, Dominator in 10th, Ram Incisor in 11th, number 1 Pops in 12th, and SA Joycey in 13th. Straight into race 1 here then. Let me get the nonsense on. Hey, why does it say Chalky when this man's on pole? Who knows? PlayStation lobbies again. Mysterious things. Right, race 1 underway then. Great start by Janio. Fires himself off the line. Treviso tucks himself in behind. Looking to make the move before they get to turn 1 already. Nearly 4 wide. Got to be tricky again, just got to be careful through here. Tightens up on the way into this infield. Oh, Hatta getting a nudge wide from Treviso, I think. Can't even see what's going on there, it's just glare coming towards me. Oh, Dominator gets a wobble on through there, he sticks himself on the grass. Oh my god, Treviso's come through there at 400 miles an hour. Did he get taken out? Oh, it's chaos. Oh, it's chaos. Sven's got himself through into second. Look at that. That's a great big gap. Janio's managed to keep himself out of that danger. 2.5 seconds already. We're not even 1, 2, 3, 4 corners in. Sven second then. Oh, Dominator goes wide through that one as well. 3 wide on the exit. Treviso back into third. Joycey fourth. RC MBE2 in fifth. Looking to have a go on Joycey to the second hairpin. He's going to have to run around the outside through here though. So it's the exit back onto the circuit, but he sweeps back up the inside of RC MBE2 and sneaks up the inside of Joycey. Takes that fourth. Joycey in a position to use that toe though. Dominator coming through there pretty quickly. Been off track a couple of times at the minute. Joycey currently in sixth, closing up on those 2 drivers in front. Hatter then seventh, getting pushed out wide early on in turn 1. Ramin Sizer and Chalky battling it out for 9th, chasing it. Sorry, battling out for 8th, chasing him down. Dazzler at 10th, Bajonski. Oh, almost to the inside. What happened? Oh no! Tactically pitted. Tactically pitted. Don't think it wasn't intentional, you know, it was just, you know, I don't know what the rules are, but yeah, clipped him in the rear wing, sent him round. Dazzler at the back of the pack now, then chasing down Ramin Sizer. Gives him a little nudge up the track as well. Bajonski under threat from Tatey. Making room around the outside on this slightly banked run past the pits, back onto this infield section then. So yeah, I thought it'd be tricky early on when they're all trying to get through and make positions, etc, etc. Did catch a few drivers out. As we see Treviso, where are you going, Treviso? It's not part of the circuit, I'm sure. Janio continues to lead then, lost a little bit of that time, 2.2 seconds the gap's dropped to, it was 2.5. Yo-yo's a little bit through that hairpin. Sven then being hunted down by Treviso, just half a second behind him. 3 minutes into race 1, hugging the inside line through there as well, Sven. For a different line on the way out, loses a little bit of time on that exit, but can he carry more speed by the time we get down towards this bus stop? RC MBE2 holding fourth, Hatter chasing him down in fifth, just a quarter of a second back actually. Getting the wobble on, super stable under full speed these things. Hatter then doesn't have a look on RC MBE2, gives him a little nudge up the road to try and close the gap on those drivers in front. No law against it. Hatter almost clattering into the back of RC MBE2 through there. That could have been disastrous for both of their races. Controlled it well, didn't ram him. Just in front we've got Treviso and Sven still battling it out. Let's jump on board with Treviso. Sven's going to make him run round the outside. Just to say he's got that second, but it's still right there. He now regains that second. He's got the advantage into this infield section as well. Oh, both drivers getting a little bit of a wobble on then. Oh, Sven doesn't get a good exit through there. And there's nowhere for Treviso to go. There's a little nudge into the back of Sven. Both drivers managing to keep it on track. Nobody in. Oh, just catch Hattelad getting himself past RC MBE2 as well. Gets himself into fourth then, not too far back, 2.2 seconds, but nearly 5 minutes into race 1. Both of these drivers are still closing up on Janio in front. Let's go and have a look. Oh, Treviso finds a hole. Sven leaving the door wide open through that hairpin. Treviso slots one up the inside just as we jump off board. Throws himself into second then. He can now chase down Janio. That gap has dropped down to 1.8 seconds. We've still got just under 10 minutes of racing left in race 1. Can Janio hang on to that race lead? Treviso now second, then Sven third, Hatter into fourth. With a great big gap over RC MBE2 as well, and stretching, it's 1.4 seconds. Bajonski into sixth, Dominator seventh, Chalky in eighth. Tatey 9th, number 1 pops up into 10th, Joycey in 11th, and Sizer in 12th, Dazzler in 13th. A little bit of bad luck early on. Dazzler ended up getting nudged off, coming up in this very section into this bus stop. Nudge onto the grass and around he went, unfortunately. Forward with race leader Janio though. Still holding 1.5 seconds. Treviso might have his hands full. He's got Sven harassing him at the minute for that second place. Just needs to keep his nerve, Janio. Let Treviso worry about Sven behind him. Those two battle it out, but loses a little bit more time through there, does Sven. Oh, sorry, Janio. I don't know why I said Sven. Black car. Get down to 1.3 then. Let's get ourselves on board with Sven. So he also loses a little bit of time to Treviso. Gains it back through there though. Treviso getting a different line on the hairpin. They are all starting to close back up. 1.9 seconds between the top three at the minute. It's another 3 seconds back to Hattelad, unfortunately. So out of the fight at the minute for Hatta. Nice and tighter line through there for Sven. Does it benefit him? As we get into Treviso's slipstream, really. Treviso's not gaining on Janio in terms of slipstream, whereas Sven should have been utilising that toe all the way down here. Closes up, coming up towards the bus stop, but it's too little too late. I think if he'd have got himself right. Gets a wobble on through there, carries a bit too much speed, has to watch his throttle on the way out, and that has opened up the gap between himself and Treviso now. Over a second between those two. Hattelad a little bit closer as well. Losing 0.7 of a second actually, Sven, with that. He won't be happy with that. But Janio extends his lead a little bit more. 1.7 seconds, pushing towards 1.8. 8.5 minutes into race one. Oh, Treviso. That's, you know, good to watch. That's not the way to be winning races or holding on to second position for that matter. Gap stretches to 2.1 seconds then. Yo-yo between that and 2.3 brings himself back into the clutches of Sven then, 0.7 of a second back. Hattelad from 3 seconds is down to 1.7. Got 6 minutes to have a bit of a push here, Hatta. Could be on for a podium spot. The MBE2, another 2.8 back, maybe a little bit too far back to have any kind of battle with those top three. Same for Pajonski. Again, a lot of these faster drivers got tangled up in the chaos on the infield section early on in this race and have had to battle their way back to the front. Pajonski being one of those, Chalky getting himself off track, Dominator running himself off track. I can't remember if Tatey got tangled up in it. Dazzler got nudged. Joyce's dropped himself back down to 13th then, so loses a couple of positions there, Joycey. This man just managed to keep himself out of that danger through the infield section in lap 1 and has led the race from start to finish. Was being hunted by Sven a little bit. Sven was also being closed up by Treviso. Treviso got the position, decided to go for a Driftertron, still hunting down this first place. 2.3 seconds then, coming up to start lap 6. Big 10.5 minutes gone, still 2.4 seconds lead here for Janio. Treviso deciding he's going to keep his car driving the correct way this time. He brings that time down though, 1.6 seconds again, so did I see Janio maybe made a little mistake into turn 1. has a drift on the way out of that hairpin as well. A lot of drivers just running out wide, just catching the almost like a wet part of the circuit, it looks like, but it's a little bit of AstroTurf. Just doesn't give these cars the grip they want. Second race coming up after this one. Make sure you don't disappear. Reverse grid of results from race 1. Janio currently leading this one. Still pretty comfortable, 1.8 seconds. No real headway being made by Treviso. Kind of stretches between a sort of 1.5, depending if there's any kind of mistakes, and up to about 2 seconds. Pulls a little bit more, actually. Chonsky 5th, actually being chased back down by RC MBE2. He's got a bit of a toe down here. 0.3, nearly 0.4 of a second back as they hit that bus stop. Chonsky gets a wobble on. Oh, he's managed to gather it together, but that's going to help RC MBE2 out. Not really, he's actually lost a bit of time coming out of that bus stop. Still getting a toe down here, but didn't manage to take advantage of that little mistake from Chonsky. Still 6th then, Chunky 7th, Dominator in 8th. Tatey number 1 pops, and Ramin Sizer having a bit of a battle. Well, Ramin Sizer won't be in a minute, he's got half a second penalty. Falls off the back of these two. Gets himself back up to speed though, but he will be chased down by Dazzler. 0.9 seconds back then. Right, where are we? 13 minutes into the race. Janio still holding this lead. Treviso still chasing him down. They're starting to drop Sven a little bit now. He's 2.3 seconds back. Hatalan just 1.4 behind him as well. I think they're going to see another lap after this one. Yeah, they should do. Only 14 seconds into the 13-minute mark. 2-minute laps. Hatter not able to pull much time on Sven here. Race is up front then. There's again 1.4 seconds. It's only going to take a tiny mistake from Janio. About him. That gap comes down a little bit more. 1.3, 1.4. Did Treviso get a wobble on through there? He did, on the run into the bus stop. Loses about 0.3 of a second. Had a little bit of a wobble on the way in there, did Treviso, so that stretches the gap back up to that 1.7 mark. Towards the line then, going to be about 30 seconds later on the race clock when they do. There it is, 26, so this will be final lap then. Don't know whether everyone will get to see a final lap, but this will be for race leaders for sure. Janio then into turn 1, Treviso still on the hunt, 1.4 seconds down. Sven still 2.8 down. Hatter has closed that gap, he's got it just a second, but difficult to close that up in a single lap without a mistake. But Chonsky as well has still got his mirrors full of RC MBE2 here. Chonky's having a little bit of a lonely race on his own at the minute. A couple of seconds either side for him. Dominator as well. 3 or 4 seconds either side for him. There's another battle kicking off here. Then Tatey holding 9th. Dazzler in 10th. And Sizer 11th. Number 1 pops now with a little bit of a penalty in 12th. Joycey has already crossed the line, so he takes the first of the positions in 13th. And we just flick ourselves back up to the front. Janio continues to hold that 1.7 seconds over Treviso. Gap staying the same here, really. Hatalad is closing up on Sven a tiny little bit. Whether it'll benefit him into this bus stop or not. To go hell for leather on the break-in into this one to try and make up time on Sven if he's going to go for the move. we try and get a run on him on the way out. It's a fair old length into towards the start-finish line. He does make a little bit of time up through there. Right, here we go then. Janio's got this in the bag unless aliens come down and abduct him. No penalties to lose. Straight through the penalty barrier, no problem. 1.7 seconds then up towards the line for Janio, and he's going to take the win in race 1 here at Daytona. Treviso's been on the chase the whole race but just hasn't managed to get it done. Sven as well held second for an awful long time. He wasn't able to hold on to that though. Treviso coming through to take that. Hattelad as well, great race from him. Managed to get himself almost onto the back of Sven, giving him a bit of a push on that final lap. 4th then for him, Pajonski in 5th. RC MBE2 unfortunately fell a fair way back by the end of that race, 3 seconds down for 6th. Chalky 7th, Dominator in 8th, Tatey in 9th. Dazzler does come home in 10th. And then you're just going to have to wait for the others. There we go, official results. Janio on that top step of the podium then. Taking pole position in qualifying right at the end of quali, and then literally led from start to finish. Helped out a little bit by the chaos in the infield section about turn 3, turn 4, but just managed to hold his nerve all the way through. Treviso 2nd, then Sven 3rd, Hattelad 4th, Pajonski 5th, RCMB2 6th, Chalky 7th, Dominator 8th, Tatey in 9th, Dazzler 10th, Ramin Sizer in 11th, Number 1 Pops in 12th, and Joycey in 13th. There we go. So a minute or two's break and we jump into race 2. Again, reverse grid from results of that one. So it makes it a little bit trickier again for the faster drivers. Have to get the way through the slightly slower drivers. Hopefully without sending them into oblivion, we hope. Room settings being changed then. Sounds like the boys had fun out on track anyway. Again, these slightly looser, smaller cars with the slightly less grippier tyres. As soon as the driving becomes, you know, if it's too easy, if you're getting all the grip and all the steering and all the downforce, and it's not, you know, it's just gripping you to the road, and you can almost do it with your eyes closed, what's the point? If you go down the straight and it decides it's going to try and kill you, then, you know, that's where the fun is, right? Just blink for 10 seconds and suddenly you're backwards. Everyone got dived lap 1. Pajonski, I didn't even see who did it. I just saw cars. I did see Treviso coming in hot, but it did look like somebody had rear-ended him. But again, I couldn't even tell you who that was. I was looking at the guys at the front and just pinball action happened in the back. And there you go, pinball turn 2, Hattelad. Threw a right spanner in the works, that did. A fair few of the faster drivers being pushed down the order due to that chaos on lap 1. Shakes it all up for lap 2 as for race 2 as well though. Tatey, that was my fault. Turn 2, I slowed down to let people by. Oh. Well, good to see drivers willing to admit when they've mashed it, caused chaos. Let's not enter the race. Don't even know what car I'm in. RS5 Turbo. No, that's not going to cut it, is it? Yeah, so let's see what happens race 2, because some of the faster drivers are now going to be mid-pack, slightly ahead of mid-pack. You know, your Pajonskis, your Hatter lads, very fast drivers, taking nothing away from everyone else. You know, I just know them personally from other leagues, that they're pretty fast and consistent. RCMBE2 as well. Treviso usually, if his car's not going sideways. So I'm sure they'd quite like to be able to choose which tyres they can use throughout the series. So no, that's fixed for them. So again, last one race, round one, sorry, was sports softs. This week it's sports mediums. Next week it's sports hards. And then they swap around again and go sports softs, mediums and hards again for the last 3 rounds. I'm sure it would have been nice to just, you know, not taking anything away from the league, but I'm sure the drivers would quite like to have gone, which circuit and which tyres for optimum. Give them the choice. 2 sets of hards, 2 sets of softs, and 2 sets of mediums, and let them go and break themselves into many, many walls. I mean, you know, they're doing it anyway now. But then it's their own fault, and they can't blame you. Welcome to the Premier League. Pajonski just been notified in the chat by Janio. That's what happens. Pinball turn 2. No word in the chat of when race 2 is going to start, no? Bang on 9 o'clock, is it? Couple of minutes left then. Again, reverse grid for race 2, so that's always fun. And shaken up with the chaos in lap 1 in race 1, so who knows? The faster drivers might get themselves all the way to the front early on and just leave great big gaps. We'll see. Real Daytona boys, you don't need to be sending each other into the wall. Robin's racing. Again, all very sensible. Oh, I say that as Chalky just sends himself up, and Treviso decides to do the same. Both drive themselves off track. So everyone being reasonably sensible, no burning out of tyres, no torpedoing anyone. It's quite respectable. How dare you? How very dare you? Right, race 2 then set up. Joycey is going to lead us away. Number 1 pops in second, Ram in size at third. Reverse grid for race 2. Let's go up then. wait for the lights. We don't get to see the lights, it's just a countdown, and they are away then for race 2. Again, reverse grid for this one. Faster drivers have got to battle their way through. Again, some of those faster drivers are mid-pack already. So we'll see. You might see drivers pulling over to let some of the faster guys through, but hopefully we get some proper clean racing. Oh, Joycey goes a little bit wide. Oh, tries to cut back in. Unfortunately, Chalky's there. Oh, Chalky gets a wobble on. Oof, Dominator. Someone else off track in the background as well. Oh my god, it's all kicking off already. Sven getting it wrong out of the hairpin. Slow out of there. Joycey, Tatey and Dominator all getting tangled up a little bit through those first couple of corners. And leaves Ram Incisor leading the race, but only just. Chalky almost up the inside of him, sorry, the outside of him as they come up to this final corner, but he's already got past us, Chalky, and through he goes then into race lead. Different lines through there. Ram Incisor squeezes himself over to the wall. Hatterlad already into third position again, started semi-mid-pack, did Hatter, obviously benefited him. Fast driver Treviso manages to get his way through as well, so he's into 4th. RC MBE2 in 5th, Bajonski in 6th, Janio 7th, Sven in 8th, not that you can see them at the minute, they're all in a line. Dazzler in 9th, Joycey in 10th, Tatey 11th, Dominator 12th, with a penalty already unfortunately, and number 1 Pops in 13th. So 2 little piles at the minute I can see on that track map. Chalky still leading the way, 0.7 of a second. 2 drivers behind him, both holding penalties, Hatter and Ram Incisor. Lose those penalties through there then. Treviso carries the speed, but up towards this turn 1, almost 3 wide through there. Oh my god, Bajonski comes firing through as well. It could be chaos here. Ram Incisor stretching those track limits, under pressure from 2 drivers now. Treviso looking for a move up the inside into the hairpin. Hattler trying to squeeze one through between the pair of them. Bajonski trying to run around the outside. Oh, Hatterlad gets a little nudge on Incisor. Sends Incisor sideways. Gets tangled up there himself, drops himself back down to 6th. Through the order then, because it's all changed pretty much. Chalky still leads, he has gained a little bit of time, 1.4 seconds over Treviso. Janio into 3rd then already. From the back of the pack, only 0.3 of a second behind Treviso. Bajonski is right under his rear wing though. RC MBE2 as well, tucked under, 5th for him. Hatterlad another 1.3 seconds back under pressure from Sven. Sven's going to have the advantage on the inside of this corner as well, so he's going to take 6th. Hatterlad just getting a little bit tangled up with Ram Incisor on that infield section. Kicking off for the lead as well. Chalky's managed to pick himself up a penalty. Janio gets his way past Treviso on the run into the bus stop. Bajonski keeps himself... Oh, Chalky gets the bus stop all wrong. Almost takes out Treviso. Janio's had to slow down, so there's just 0.2 of a second between the top 2 at the minute. Bajonski 0.5 of a second back, so still getting a tow off the top 2. RC MBE2 not in tow. Well, he is now. He slots himself in behind Bajonski. Chalky trying to keep himself in the fight, but he's got to lose this penalty. Sven might be able to get this position off of him. Change the camera. Slots himself up the inside, does then into 5th with him. Chalky in 6th, Hatter 7th. A little bit of a gap back to Dazzler then, 2.4 seconds in 8th. Ram Incisor in 9th, another 3.5 back. Tatey another 3.1 back. Number 1 Pops is moved up the field a little bit, he's into 11th. Oh, drivers coming in there. Number 1 Pops, you're a maniac. Well held, but you've lost a position to Dominator, and Joycey actually getting a bit sideways through there as well. All kicking off at the back then. Oh, saw Chalky losing his penalty. Treviso then into the lead. Janio second. Pjonski trying to get past him. Loses that advantage onto this infield exit. It's Treviso that leads then. See MBE2 slotted right under Pjonski's wing as well still. Sven still in the fight. Hattelad been dragged into it now. Chalky still in with a fighting chance here. 2.6 seconds between the top 7. And then the gaps start to develop at the back. A couple of seconds almost between most of these drivers. That's the lead gone for Treviso. Full second he's got to lose then. Watch these drivers come spilling past, coming up towards this penalty line then. Again, full second he's got to lose here. Disgusting amount of time. Brakes are on. Janey goes firing past. Here comes Pjonski, RC MBE2. Look at the places being hemorrhaged here. Oh, Sven gets it wrong. Sure on that line was Sven. Treviso comes back to take that position off of you, then back into 5th then for Treviso. Chalky as well, looking for a way past Sven here. Trying to run around the outside of both of these drivers in the hairpin. Gets the drive on Sven though, so slots himself into 6th then for Chalky. Sven in the 7th now. Janio back into the lead of race 4, race 2. Oh, Treviso goes a little bit hot into the hairpin. Nudges out RCMB2 a little bit. A forceful push into 4th really, but we'll see. We'll get a little nudge as well from behind from Chalky here. Not sure whether Chalky got a nudge from Sven. Pretty close these three. Sven already trying to make a move up the inside of Chalky here. Nudging him out of the way. Both drivers trying to gain the toe off of RC MBE2 here. Neither driver wants to give up that. You can see them. They've got kind of half and half. Spencer decided to give it up. He can't hold on, so he drops himself back into 7th. Down towards this bus stop. Nobody going to make a move into this again. Could be race over here. Oh, I say that as Chalky decides he's going to sling one around the outside. Sven gets it all wrong through there. Not sure whether he had to try and take avoiding action with Chalky's slight mistake. Himself on the grass. Back up front then, Janio. Another race lead for him. 0.8 of a second over Pjonski, who squeezed his way through. Hattelad's dragged himself through as well. He's into 3rd. Actually looking for 2nd here. Hatter. That's a quick look up the inside. Pjonski has to give him room. Not sure if there was a little bit of contact between them. Treviso's trying to find a way through there as well. Pjonski's just going to hold on to this, I think. Hattelad has to slot himself over to that right hand side of the circuit, block any kind of move from Treviso. It's brought RC MBE2 back into this fight. 4-way battle. Oh, Treviso sticks his wheels on the grass. That's going to drop him back out of that fight then. MBE2 into 4th. And all the time, Janio's just like Yep, I'll have 2 seconds lead. Thank you very much. 9 minutes into race 2 as well. Work to be done. Hatter's got himself into 2nd. We saw him get past Pjonski into 3rd. Treviso, half a second penalty. He's managed to pick up there in 4th. Himself back past RC MBE2, but he'll lose that position when he comes up to that penalty zone, unless RC MBE2 can get him before that. Pjonski's running a bit slow out of there. Treviso gives him a nudge to try and get him back in the fight, and they will start closing back up on Hattelad again. Chalky trying to hang on to that top 5, but 2 seconds down at the minute. Dazzler another 1.5 back from him. Another 2.7 back for Ram in 8th. Sven in 9th. Again, just got it wrong through here. Again, I'm not sure if whether there was contact or whether it had to take avoiding action due to Chalky getting a little wobble on. But ended up on the grass, did Sven. Dropped him out of the fight he was in. Tatey in 10th then. Dominator in 11th. Number 1 Pops in 12th. And Joycey behind him for 13th. Comfortable again in first then for Janio. Four and a half minutes to keep it on the grey stuff. Loses half a second through there. Hatalad starting to chop that gap down from him. Pajonsky keeping himself in the fight as well. Again, Treviso, RCMBE2 having a bit of a ding-dong for 4th. Keeping themselves in this fight with those drivers in front though. Got to be careful they just don't fall off the back of those top 3. But again, Janio says, yeah, you want to close up on me? I'll pull away a little bit again. Gap stretched up to 1.8. It has just dropped back down to 1.5. Going to be a double win here for Janio. Purple sectors again for him. That's a second, pulls a bit of a gap over Pajonsky as well. Pajonsky and Treviso having a battle for 3rd. RCMB2 a little bit far back for that fight at the minute. It is Pajonsky that hangs onto it into the bus stop. Treviso decides he can't get him into the bus stop, so gives him a little nudge on the way in. Ooh, could have cost Pajonsky though. Gets all sorts of wheels off the air. There you go, all sorts of wheels off the track there. Picks himself up a second penalty. He's going to have to lose that when he comes out of this corner as well. That's a great big dent in his time. Treviso already carrying more speed, so he lets him through. Gets himself back in the slipstream. He's also got RCMBE2, so loses his penalty now. RCMBE2 goes through. Pajonsky's got to get himself back into pace. Maybe not enough for Chalky to get him. Not by a long shot into turn 1. So the race is definitely on for the lead then. Just under. Oh! I thought I had to stick one up the inside then. 2 minutes remaining. They will see another lap after this one, but it is Janio still leading just 0.6 of a second between himself and Hatter. Treviso's a little bit far back now, 2.5 seconds. He's got his own problems with RCMBE2. He's got himself past Pajonsky, with Pajonsky losing his penalty. Chalky has brought himself involved in this fight. He's less than a second back. Dazzler not too far off of him either. Still kicking off here then in Premier League. Who's it going to be? Janio or Hatter? 0.7 of a second between them at the minute as they head down towards the bus stop. Any kind of advantage. Janio's going, no, you're not having that. I'm not giving you a toe if I can't help it. And everybody being cautious through there. Oh, Hatalad gets pushed out wide on that 3rd bit. There you go. Just drives all 4 wheels off the track. That's half a second penalty. That could have just handed it to Janio. We'll see how much Janio escapes when he has to drop this half a second penalty. 0.9 of a second between them now. Janio crosses that penalty line. Hatalad hits it. See, it just starts to get a little bit smaller. Closes up under braking. It's looking better and better for Janio for the double win here tonight. He's gone. Is this going to be hat-trick for him? Poland. Oh no, because you've got to get fastest lap, haven't you? Did you get fastest lap in race 1? I wasn't paying a blind bit of attention. it is. Currently, this man leading the race. Again, led race 1 from start to finish. Managed to wheedle his way through the pack early on in race 2 here. Again, chaos early on with some of these drivers in that infield section. But it didn't give him the lead. You know, he's come through and he's taken it. And here he is leading another 1.7 seconds on the board. This is about where he was when he finished race 1 as well. Should just give him a hat-trick anyway, because he's got 2 races in the pole, I think. Give him a commentator point if he doesn't get the fastest lap. So Hatter tried his hardest. He was piling on the pressure to Janio in this second to last lap. Just got it wrong coming through this section. Picked himself up half a second penalty. And that was enough to drop him back out of the fight from Janio. Another purple sector here for Janio. Final corner then, off this bank turn, back onto this start-finish straight. No penalties to lose for Janio. No chance of waving at the pits either. They're miles over to the left, but he is coming up to the line then. Takes race 2 win here as well. Hatterlad comes home in second. Treviso takes third. RC MBE takes fourth. Pajonski takes fifth. Oof. Wow, only just. Oh, Dazzler coming through for 6th. What happened? Dazzler turning it on in the final laps. Managing to get past Sven unless these lot had chaotic incidents. In fact, they must have. Where's Chalky? He's not on the board at the minute. So 7th for Sven, Ramin Sizer in 8th, Tatey in 9th. There's Chalky in 10th. Maybe had a little bit of a moment in that last lap. Dominator in 11th. Number 1 Pops in 12th and Joycey in 13th. There are official results then. Look at that, Janio, top spot twice tonight. Hatterlad 2nd then, Treviso 3rd, RC MBE 2 in 4th, Pajonski 5th, Dazzler 6th, Sven 7th, Ram in 8th, we've got Tatey in 9th, Chalky 10th, Dominator in 11th, number 1 Pops in 12th and Joycey 13th. There it is, round 2 of the Premier League, done and dusted. Ooh, punchy, aren't they? Punchy. Yeah, that bus stop, excuse me, that bus stop catches a few drivers out. It doesn't matter what cars you're in, it doesn't matter how much grip you've got, it doesn't matter what area you've got. You will fluff that corner up, guaranteed. No problem, DSC Broadcasting, no problem at all. Yeah, that little bus stop, just in the infield section. Usually that bus stop catches most people out with the penalties, especially. But very easy to get that infield section wrong, especially early on when there's drivers vying for position, as we saw in both races. But there it is. There is round 2 done and dusted. I hope you've enjoyed all that. It was great fun, I thought. So, what have we got coming up? Wednesday night, 8:30, we've got the return of the DTM Classics. That's all the old school 1980s, 190Es, MR2s, that sort of thing, Sierra Cosworths. They're a bloody handful as well, so come and check that out. That's 8:30 on Wednesday. 9 o'clock on Thursday, we've got the Mazdas. Is it the final round of the Mazdas, or we've got 2 weeks left? I think we've got 2 weeks left of the Mazdas. So that's 9 o'clock on Thursday, and then 9 o'clock Sunday we have got the final round of the Super Formulas, and then back at same time, same place next week for round 3 of this, 8 PM Monday nights. The DSC Premier League round 3 coming next week. Let's just have a little look where we are, because you've put them on the hard tyres, haven't you, you rotter? You absolute rotter. Let's have a look. Alsace Village, on a set of hards. Yeah, you're wrongin', Aldo. That's about the size of it. There's undulations, and there's some nice tight hairpins, uphill hairpins, downhill hairpins, round the corner, over the brow, crash-tastic moments, all ready to happen at Alsace. So that's going to be same time, same place next week here on my channel, 8 o'clock come and check it out. But yeah, that's going to be it from me. I hope you have liked what you watched. If you have, make sure you press all those buttons, the likes and the comments and the subscribes, and put some waffle in the chat. Why not? Leave me a comment. Tell me what else you'd like to see racing wise. You know, we can, if you want to get yourself involved as well, get yourself on Facebook. Go find the DSC race page. You'll have to remind me. I forget. Sorry, that's how disgusting of me that I don't know what DSC actually means. It's wrong, isn't it? I used to know, but they just all become one. So yeah, that's going to be it from me tonight. Again, hope you've liked what you watched. If you have, do all the things you need to. But most of all, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.